Hello firearms friends. In front of me I have one of the finest selections of Lugers in our upcoming August premiere sale. That's the 23rd, 24th, and 25th with a preview on the 22nd. Now, getting into what I have here, these Lugers are right out of J&C Still's collection. If you are familiar with Luger collecting, you're familiar with J&C Still. This man is kind of a Jedi master in terms of authors and collectors in this field. So there's no better time than now to get into Luger collecting because this man had the eye for them, and a lot of these guns are right out of his book, out of his reference books. Some of these are in Central Powers pistols, along with his other publications. And also, these are some of the most prime specimens that we've had in a while. Now, we get plenty of Lugers, but we don't always get Lugers out of J&C Still's collection every day. So starting here, at the edge of the table, we have an exceptional example of a Model 1900 U.S. Army Test Trials Luger. This is an American Eagle. There were about 1,000 of these tested against John Browning's Colt Model 1900 semi-auto pistols in field trials. And the U.S. obviously went towards their home field advantage with the Colt, and that later evolved into a few iterations, and we stuck with an American-made pistol. But these are neat pieces. Not many survived, let alone in this high state of condition. Jan Still knew what he had. He really knew how to pick them. This one also has a really rare variant right-handed holster. Most of these were issued with a left-handed holster. This one has a right-handed holster. It's pictured in his book with that holster. It's a neat piece to have. In front of it, we have a DWM Model 1908 military Luger pistol, 1911 dated example. This one has a neat field artillery marking on the front strap. It also includes a nice holster with it. Next to it, we have a DWM Model 1902 Prussian Army test pistol. Now, this is rare. One of about 50 made, and obviously a lot less surviving. What a neat piece. At the center here, we have a very important example of a broom handle pistol. This one is inscribed on the side, General J.H. Wilson. This man, James H. Wilson, is a pretty big figure in U.S. Army official people. He was active throughout the Civil War, through the Spanish-American War, and into the Boxer Rebellion, and lived until about 1925. So he was one of the last surviving Civil War generals. He actually went to school with George Custer. But this gun was presented to him in about 1899, around the time of the Boxer Rebellion. Neat piece to have, and it's a really nice looking broom handle. It comes with a whole cased set with a matching stock and a bunch of accessories. Next, we have another rare Luger, a Bulgarian contract example. Once again, there are not many of these left. These were used right at the beginning of the World War I. A lot were dropped. Not many made it out of that conflict. And this one is just a prime specimen. At the far edge of the table, a rare variant of Luger. This is serial number 28. A 1925 dated Simpson and Company example. This was from the Weimar era. This is a, excuse my German, Reichswehr Cavalry School issued example. So this is in 9mm. This is around the time when Germany was oppressed after the Treaty of Versailles. And these people who were in the Reichswehr Cavalry School are the ones who became the officials of what we know of later with the Wehrmacht and Hitler's Third Reich. So a real neat piece from an early time frame in the Third Reich development, but a piece that you just won't see very often, and not in this condition either. To have this many rare variants of Lugers right out of such an important authorities collection is a rare opportunity. It's a rare opportunity to be able to acquire these. George Luger's invention right here on the table. These are some of the best examples you'll get a chance at. And then there's this broom handle at the middle of the table, inscribed to such an important figure in American history. This is just a very small selection of what we have to offer in the upcoming August 23rd, 24th, and 25th premiere sale. with Rock Island Auction Company. If you would like a chance to own any one of these, by all means, check out our catalog, show up, and bid. We will see you there.